world full of conventional Hollywood cliches and recurring lackluster sequels, one critic has seen it all, who can provide you with all the movie news, opinions, and reviews that could very well save humanity as we know it. This is Libby's Movie Hunt. And now, your host, Libby Hunt.
Hello, hi, I'm Libby Hunt, your host of Libby's Movie Hunt, here with Kevin E. and Zach.
Hello, hello. Hey.
Hello, welcome everybody. We're so glad y'all tuned in this Friday afternoon. You all tuned in. So we're going to talk movies today. We're going to talk about Denial, The Accountant, and then some Netflix shows.
We're going to pepper in some TV as well.
Yes.
Denial, not just a river in Egypt.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not a great joke. All right.
That was good.
Awful.
Yeah, okay.
I love a good corny joke. Did you just come up with that?
I did, yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed.
That joke.
It's an older joke, sir, but it checks out. Give me a break.
Jesus was able to tell the three wise men that joke.
All right.
Oh, my gosh. I love a good corny joke. We got to do this more often.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, okay, Denial is a true story. I can't believe we're still talking about the Holocaust.
I know. Hard to believe.
Had y'all heard anything about Denial?
I didn't know what it was until like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I was under the impression.
To be totally honest with you.
It was a period film. I knew that. I didn't really. I think I saw a trailer for it at some point. But
it's
I don't
not
really
a period
remember.
film.
It's not?
No.
Oh my gosh! I was totally off then.
It's a courtroom drama. It's the true story, and her name was Deborah. Oh, let me find it. She wrote a book about Deborah Lipstadt from the Queens, New York. She had written a book about how people denied the Holocaust.
Holocaust deniers, yeah.
The publisher Penguin in Britain published it for her all over, but a guy in England, he sued her because he was a Holocaust denier. Oh. And so it goes to court, and I won't tell you I won't spoil it, but it was an interesting take on, what went down with the court.
The case is presented like not whether or not the Holocaust happened, I guess, but whether or not like this guy's rights were infringed by the author.
But I never got the whole Holocaust denial thing.
I know.
It's absurd.
Well, do you want to play the clip from Denial?
Yeah, sure. We do have a quick clip.
So on Facebook, you really won't be able to hear it, but Kevin is for YouTube and iTunes. You'll be able to hear.
Actually, for this particular one, they should be able to
playing Denial.
To hear pretty well. Yeah. Okay.
So here is the trailer, right?
The trailer. Yes.
The man's a liar, falsifier of history.
You better get yourself lawyered up.
There are no holes in that roof, therefore there never were any gas chambers.
No holes, no Holocaust. He wanted a catchy phrase. He's got it.
Where's the evidence? Where's the proof?
I've been defending my right to stand up against someone who wants to pervert the truth.
Rated PG-13.
Wow.
Wow. PG-13.
Well, a very powerful trailer. Yeah, I figured for sure this was an R-rated film.
Yeah.
But I give it popcorn worthy. It's great acting. The director is Mick Jackson, and his
Mick Jackson
bio is interesting. He did The Bodyguard. He did Temple Grandin.
Was that The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner?
I like that film, actually.
Yeah, The Bodyguard. Yeah.
He did L.A. Story with Steve Martin. He did some TV type stuff. Tuesdays with Morrie, maybe some British. I mean, so then this movie is so different than other things he'd done.
Yeah, it's certainly a more serious tone.
He'd done some British TV shows, and it had the movie, I have to say, that's why I can't give it a huge, total thumbs up.
Right.
Popcorn worthy with the extra butter kind of, because the directing wasn't great. I didn't love, had a TV movie feel.
Yeah, not great
made for TV movie feel.
Not good. Yeah, exactly. The choppy cinematography.
But Rachel Weisz was fantastic. She has a Queen's accent in it, and she was okay with the accent.
I wish she got more work. I like Rachel Weisz.
I like her a lot. I don't love
Married
her.
to Daniel Craig.
Believe it or not.
Yeah,
James Bond himself.
Yeah.
He's like my favorite James Bond, speaking of.
Me too.
Well, and you know who else is in it? Who plays her lawyer is Tom Wilkinson, who is fantastic.
Oh, he's been in everything, yeah.
I looked him up. He literally, the list I could have written 2 pages. The Patriot, Valkyrie,
He was in Rush Hour.
Hotel, Michael Clayton,
the
Rush
Full
Hour.
Monty, great movie. Yeah.
He's so good. I mean, he's won an Academy Award, and so is Rachel Weisz.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's Academy Award, winning actors. The standout performance to me was the guy who she was in court against.
Right. The
accuser. He was so.
I'm not familiar with.
Is that Timothy Spall? Is that was?
Yes, and he.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been in maybe the Harry Potter movies.
Right.
He doesn't seem. He doesn't look familiar to me.
He was in Sweeney Todd, but his performance is the best performance of the movie. He, I think, might be nominated for an Academy Award.
Really?
Don't take my word for that.
Yeah, I know he was in Mr. Turner in 2014, that movie where he was a painter. That was kind of his thing, and I think that got a couple of Academy nods. I don't know if he himself got a nod, though.
But he is good, even though you don't want to like him because his character is obviously so unlikable. He's saying the Holocaust didn't happen, and it's ridiculous that he would even say that. But what they do on the trial, it's kind of interesting. Tom Wilkinson, the lawyer character, doesn't want, and Deborah, the main character, she's on trial, really, what she said in her book. He doesn't put any of the Holocaust survivors on trial. He does like kind of, not DNA, but a forensics kind of thing of they went to Auschwitz, and I don't know, it's interesting tactic. And she's like, is this going to work? And it worked.
Right. Well, it sounds like it definitely. I like that you didn't spoil the case at all. Like you leave it very open ended, and that's exactly how it's advertised. Like they don't reveal what's going on. And I would imagine like a lot of kind of not true crime, but retellings of based on a true story kind of movies. You don't want to look it up, right? You don't want to, you probably shouldn't look it up and see what happens, because I made that mistake with Foxcatcher when that came out with Steve Carell, and I looked up what happened, and I was like, I totally shouldn't have done that. I spoiled it. I know that's no good.
Does this appeal to? Is this something you'd want to see?
I mean, it seems interesting enough because it's a good story. It looks like most critics are kind of saying that the acting is good enough, it's entertaining enough, but it doesn't quite do its source material justice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, it sounds like a great movie.
I know, so I might have to say half-popped in some way, I mean,
there's films like JFK where you take the source material and just stretch it as far as you possibly can to make a super entertaining film that just keeps you thinking for years afterwards, where I don't think this is that kind of story.
A movie like this, it's supposed to be, I think, very thought-provoking. It wasn't like super wide release. Obviously, they were probably going for, the Oscar approach is what they wanted.
Absolutely.
It sounds like they might have fallen just short of the mark, which is a bummer.
Because the casting sounds excellent.
The casting's excellent. It was interesting. Like I said, he didn't ever get up the Holocaust survivors on the jury stand, and so... But it was effective. You'll see if you go see it.
Yeah.
I kind of recommend it.
All right. Denial.
Denial.
Kind of popcorn worthy.
I kind of popcorn worthy.
Not covered in butter. That was a good. Yeah. I like that.
Okay, we'll take a break and we'll be right back, and we will talk about The Accountant.
This is Libby's Movie Hunt on RNCN.
Hello, and welcome back to Libby's Movie Hunt. I'm your host, Libby Hunt, joined by Kevin E. and Zach.
Hello.
Hey.
And I'm feeling like a bad co-host this week, only because I didn't have the chance to see anything.
No, that's okay.
I actually, for 1 week, I didn't get to see anything early.
I know, me too. I totally missed out.
But, all I have to do is talk about the TV series, which we can talk about later, but yeah.
Just any kind of chatting with me. I can't sit here and chat by myself, and y'all are younger and smarter and more on the ball.
I'll admit a lot of that is due to the fact that it's October and I'm busy. I do my horror movie thing every night.
I know.
So it sucks up a lot of my time. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what we want to talk about
Horror
1 week
movies.
Coming up. Maybe right before Thanksgiving, we'll talk about horror movies. So what'd you watch last night?
Last night I watched Halloween H2O.
Oh, my gosh. That was pretty good, though.
That one's good.
A little campy, but good. Yeah.
Because with Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett, yeah.
And I love it because it's an actual direct sequel to Halloween 2. They ignore the other crappy slasher sequels, which I also enjoy, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's a direct sequel to that one, and it has Jamie Lee Curtis in it. And Michelle Williams. Yeah. And it feels the most like the quality of the John Carpenter Halloween of any of the other Halloween films. It comes the closest to being a great movie.
Because it really is the sequel, or the third one.
Yeah, the third one.
The second one, she was in the hospital, remember, and he comes back here.
Which I even like that one. But
why we're talking about this, you guys, is Kevin every night, the whole month of October, likes to watch a horror film.
Every night.
And if I miss a night, I watch 2 the next one. to make up for it.
I cannot be that devoted to a month to watch a movie.
Will your
every
girlfriend
night.
sit there with you and do that?
Yes, but see, that's the thing. I've included, because she likes to watch a couple that aren't ones I would pick or would consider a horror film, but I'm still adding them. I'm still counting them on my list. Like we watched Hocus Pocus the other night. Like, and I'm still going to count it. It's still a Halloween movie, but I keep a list of everyone we've watched so far. So.
Well, okay. Will you make me a list?
Yes.
Okay, you know what I made my daughter
List of
watch with me the other
October
night is the original The Fly with Vincent Price.
Ooh, the old school one.
Oh,
yeah, not the
it's
Cronenberg
so
Fly.
good. The Fly Head.
See, I've never seen the original black and white Fly.
Please watch it. Well, they colorized
Oh, now it's colored?
But I like it better in black and white. But please see it. You will love it.
Didn't you say you also like the black or the old the Thing from Another World?
The original The Thing.
Yes.
I like the original Blob. I like all the original. I love old movies. So that's so funny. Oh, watch the original Fly. That needs to go on your list.
I will put it on my list.
Give me a list of some stuff I should see.
They just don't make them like they used to.
Speaking of The Fly, that's one I have to add to my list because I love the 80s Cronenberg body horror. So I got to do Scanners, Videodrome, and The Fly. And Zach and I already knocked out Videodrome the other night. So
Videodrome is a heavy flick, man.
It
Y'all
is
talked
so
about that.
odd.
I'm going to write that down. That's on my list. Y'all told me
It
last
is,
time.
yeah.
I'm going
it is
to watch
the most
that.
it might be one of the most obscure movies.
It's one of the
I've ever
oddest
tried to,
films
watch
I've ever
straight
seen.
through. Yeah.
And every time I watch it, it's like a different experience.
Okay.
Yeah, see, the first time we watched it back in college, you liked it, and I thought it was horrible.
And who's in it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
James Woods is the only notable actor I can think of.
And I
Easily,
adore
yeah.
him. I have like kind of.
And I love James Woods.
Right.
He's not bad at anything.
But it is such an odd body horror, plot twisting. I mean, the incorporation of snuff/torture porn video. I mean, it's so
How
odd.
can I get it? Like,
It's in the Criterion collection.
That's why it's
you
kind of
can get
hard.
it- You
They're
can
kind of
definitely get it
expensive,
there.
but
but I can't
it's not
watch it on
streaming
Netflix or
anywhere.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, so because one of y'all gave it to each other for the birthday.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I got it for Kevin.
Well, can I borrow it? Maybe.
Yes,
You
it's the coolest case too.
Okay, I'll borrow.
Yeah.
Bring it next time.
It looks like it's a VHS, like the Videodrome tape. It's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm
It's
so
such-
glad
yeah,
y'all
it's
love
such an
movies
odd
like I
movie.
do.
I do. God, that movie is strange.
Ah.
Till the end, we sit around talking about like what exactly we just watched and still don't even get it.
Right.
Because I'm saying like, okay, I assumed that the tapes were all just tricking his mind into doing deeds for them and then killing himself. And you're like, no, it was all a tumor. It's all a hallucination. None of it actually
Yeah,
happened.
at one
And I'm
point in the film,
I don't
they
know.
explain that it could be rooted
But
in
y'all
reality. Like, I
really
don't
like it though.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. The first time I didn't like it nearly as much. Second time though, I definitely came around.
Was it
on
made in the 80s?
It was. Yeah, it was right in between. I thought it was between The Fly and Scanners.
I want to say Scanners is 83, Videodrome's 85, and Fly's 88. I may be wrong about that, though.
And I've never seen Scanners either.
I've never seen Scanners either, but I know that's the one where the guy's head is supposed to
Scanners is
explode.
almost as bizarre as
Right.
Videodrome. Not quite, but close.
Right. Scanners is about psychics who can make people's
Psychics
heads
who can
explode.
make people's
I
heads
need to
explode.
write that
That's
one
it.
down,
Yeah.
too, just so I remember. I have to keep.
It's a pretty simple
I can't keep
premise.
up with all my movies. Y'all seem to like 80s movies.
I do.
A little bit.
'Cause
Kevin a little bit more so than myself.
Well,
but
Cronenberg's one of those really weird directors who fluctuated in his style between each. Like in the 80s, he was strictly this weird, convoluted torture, body horror type
really
stuff.
weird stuff.
In the 80s, that was like his whole thing. And then later, I got into the psychological thrillers with The History of Violence. And
Oh, that was good.
with Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah,
Yes.
and there's
Remember
one
he
other
had
one that
that
I'm not
one
thinking
nude
of.
scene in the shower?
I never saw History of Violence. Heard it was great
my.
Yeah.
In the Russian whatever bath, and he's like, my husband are like, oh, that's too much.
I believe the screenwriter Josh Olson won an Academy Award for best screenwriting for that film.
though. Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
It was good.
Yeah, it's good.
But you
I
don't-
mean, it's nothing like his 80s
No.
movies. Like, he's just
I would
a
have never
straight
thought that was the
drastically
same
different,
director.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I have two really big film buffs here. I've got the right co-hosts, and I'm sorry y'all can't.
Yeah, I get
see-
off on tangents
Yeah.
sometimes. Sorry about the
You
Cronenberg.
can't.
But,
I'm sorry y'all can't see Zach over there. He's kind of he's a co-host,
I'll
but
figure it
he's
out one day.
producing. We'll
Yeah.
figure out for all of us to be on it. And say hi to you guys out there. We appreciate
Eastern
you tuning
Promises.
in.
That's the other one I was
Eastern
trying to think of.
Promises.
Eastern
That's the one.
Promises.
I'm sorry. That's the one where he has the scene in the shower. I think that's weird. He has a fight scene nude.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Do you remember that now?
That movie, I don't really remember it that well. I don't remember
Yeah.
History of Violence that well either.
They're both good, but yes, that's interesting.
Who was in Eastern Promises?
Well, he was in it too.
Let me see.
Viggo Mortensen was also in Eastern Promises?
I think he's in both.
I think he's in both too.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Naomi Watts was in it. And Eastern Promises. How did I not see this movie? This totally seems like something I would see.
And how do I know that he was in both movies? That's a little weird that I know that.
A lot of people thought when it came out that like they seemed that the two movies looked eerily similar from the trailers, History of Violence and Eastern Promises.
And it has a feel of Taken also. You know, don't you think?
I mean, a little more heavy, a little more serious, but definitely. And I like the Taken movies too.
I loved those. I
saw
hope
all
there's
three
a
in the
fourth
theater.
or fifth one.
Yeah,
I really.
I think I only ever saw the first two.
They're so.
If they keep making them, I'll keep seeing them.
And I just love him so much.
I mean, pretty much anything with Liam Neeson, I'll go see.
Liam is just he's a good actor.
He's great.
Okay, let's talk about The Accountant. I got to go screen it last night with Ben Affleck.
Right.
And it is one of those movies. It's like hard to explain. I'd say it's kind of Rain Man / Jason Bourne.
Rain Man.
That actually is kind of how it looked, though. They're showing him how he almost has this.
He is savant. He's a mathematician,
right?
And so
almost similar to like Christian Bale in The Big Short, like is just able to with numbers. But then also you see him with weapons and snipers and stuff. So it's confusing.
Well, his father was in the military and moved them like 34 times. He did special ops stuff, and he, instead of sending him to this school for kids with autism, his dad said, we're going to beat it out of you, and I'm going to teach you these skills, and you're going to overcome these sensory issues. So there's this whole deal about autism, which I think is going to be interesting to the public, which they might have kind of be up in arms about because they had this autistic kid become basically an assassin.
Yeah.
Basically an assassin. So what Ben Affleck would do, his name was Chris Wolf in the film, he's a math savant, and he freelances as an accountant for some of the world's most dangerous criminals and organizations. And so if they break his code of, whatever his code is, he goes out and assassinates them. It's during all this, the Treasury Department sends out Ray King, who's played by J.K. Simmons, who won the Academy Award for Whiplash a few years ago.
Oh, J.K. Simmons,
J.K. Simmons, of course, yeah.
He's good in every role you put him in.
He's great.
Y'all, he's so good in it.
Believe it or not, he's also the voice of the Peanut M&M.
Oh, is he?
Has been for like 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
In M&M commercials, the Peanut M&M.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, I was happy to see him win an Academy Award a couple years ago because well deserved. He's a great actor.
What did he win for? Whiplash?
Whiplash. Yeah.
And he's been plugging along for 30 years, and it was directed by, this is interesting, Gavin O'Connor, who's done like sports movies, Miracle and Warrior. I mean, just I haven't heard of this guy.
Yeah, this is a totally different turn for him.
Totally different. So I mean, I don't know. It's a complex, big budget thriller. I don't know. I don't know if I liked it. Again, I'm half pop to popcorn worthy. It's the guy who plays his father is a good actor. He's been in Prisoners and House of Cards.
Was it Jeffrey Tambor?
Robert Trevelaere.
Oh, that's right. The name that I have no idea how you say his last name.
Kevin and I were talking about this. I said one of my things with these movie stars, they don't have old Hollywood names like Marilyn Monroe. They all
like
have
Rock
to use
Hudson,
they have to use their
remember.
real names that I can't pronounce. My husband's like, start looking up their names. I'm like, I'm looking them up, and I still can't pronounce them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but he's really good. The man who plays Ben Affleck's father he gives a sensational performance.
God, there's tons of. I mean, you have Jeffrey Tambor, John Lithgow in here.
Yeah, John Bernthal.
Oh, John
Anna
Lithgow.
Kendrick,
John
isn't it?
Bernthal, I think, is a fantastic actor.
Who?
John Bernthal.
What is his character?
His
play?
character's named Brax, so I'm not sure.
He's a very interesting character in the movie that has a little twist. That's the best twist in the movie. Oh, and then Anna Kendrick.
Right.
Oh,
Anna
yeah.
Kendrick.
Oh, my
She's-
God.
okay.
Chock full of stars.
Literally, Anna Kendrick, y'all. I was watching her last night because I've been a fan of her since the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
She just always delivers a great performance.
She's solid.
And she's really good at like little one-liners that are funny, like just pop things out. Her timing's great. But why is she so good? Like, because she's not gorgeous movie star. There's just...
Right.
She's very likable.
Absolutely. I think her big breakthrough film was Up in the Air
with George
Yeah.
Clooney.
And
now
also
I think
starred
she-
J.K. Simmons, believe it or not.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But it's funny, you're right, though. But somehow she's still somewhat become kind of a Hollywood sex symbol.
She is.
I mean, which...
Her worst movie she's done is that Dave and whatever's wedding.
Mike and Dave
I can't
made wedding
believe
dates.
she was in that.
It was just trash.
Well,
it was
everybody's
bag full of
trying to
kernels.
get into the comedy game. I think on occasion, it's good for acting.
But I think
chops.
she has great comic timing.
I think it's her confidence. She's got like the girl next door kind of thing going, but she's not in any way like shy. I mean, she's very like upfront, and she delivers her lines like she actually means them. Like any good actor should. I think that's what makes her stand out.
I think Elizabeth Banks kind of has that similar quality.
A little bit, yeah.
But so that's the funny thing about this movie. It's trying to be this thriller, deal, but there's comedy speckled throughout it, and she's the one who kind of delivers the lines,
right.
And so they're always just dead on. You're like, oh my god. I looked at my son, he went with me again, I'm like, that was good,
just good one-liners.
And he has a couple of lines kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he leaves I'll be right back. Ben has a couple of lines.
One-liner to drop.
He has one liner in there that you're like, okay, that was good, that might
definitely
be repeated,
My least favorite Arnold ever, I'm going to have to say, his cheesiest of all time, You're Fired. True Lies. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's still a great movie, don't get me
That's
wrong.
pretty
Okay,
cheesy.
we are pretty close to a break. Do you
Okay.
want me to play a clip of the accountant
Yeah,
before we
let's
go?
play that, and then we'll come back after the break.
Sure.
When I say the name of your employer, you say yes. Gambino, Juarez.
Kill you both. That's all I know.
He has more in common with Einstein, Mozart than he does with us.
The accountant?
He's going for some of the scariest people on the planet.
The secrets this guy has.
We have to go to the police.
Police can't protect you. We should go.
I need to know who he is. The Accountant. Rated R. You're listening to Libby's Movie Hunt on RNCN.
Hello, welcome back to Libby's Movie Hunt with Kevin and Zach.
Hey.
We were talking The Accountant, and I liked it.
I thought this was good music to come back with from the
Yes.
accountant, some
was
action.
Very
music.
appropriate.
It's good. Pretty popcorn worthy. Denial was pretty popcorn worthy. We only have a few minutes. We're going to talk real quick. We want to talk sometimes about TV. And Kevin E has been watching a show on HBO. Tell us about it.
Okay, it's pretty new. There's only 2 episodes out. I was really excited about it. I've only watched the first episode so far, but it's a TV adaptation of the 1973 film Westworld, starring Yul Brynner, who basically is a Michael Myers version of his character from Magnificent Seven. Like, looks the same, dressed in black, everything, but he's stalking people and killing them in this world that's imaginary. Basically, people pay top dollar to go to this amusement park, which looks just like the West, except all the they call them the hosts, are robots. So,
so you basically
like place
this
now
fantasy
or in Western
world.
times?
It's supposed to be in the future, and in this one, the TV show, it kind of implies it's way in the future.
But it's in the future, but they're going back to Western times to...
Precisely.
Kind of,
They go to an amusement park that makes them feel like they're in Western times.
But it's not like your average amusement park where it's like, oh, you just hop on a ride. Like, no, it's like you step through this doorway, and it's almost like going through a portal to the West, even though technically it's not. Like, it's all fake. It's all fake.
It's all
None of
fake.
It's real.
Like something like the Truman Show. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like the Truman Show. Yeah, it's like if you could step into another world. Yeah.
And in the TV show, there are some differences. The world seems much bigger. Also, in the movie, there were 3 different parks. There was like a Renaissance and a medieval one, or something like that. And this one, it's just the West. They dive into the robots and their characters much more. There's actually a lot more female characters in the TV show, which is good. I mean, it basically just focuses on 2 guys and the villain in the movie. But
it's based on a movie.
Yes, it's based on the movie, except the TV show is just Westworld. It's just all about that world.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes, and I was a big fan of the movie. I saw it when I was a kid, and I thought it was one of the cooler sci-fi movies that I've seen. So when I heard there was a TV series, I'm like, this could be great. And it really is. It's super entertaining, super weird. Everything I was hoping it would be.
And anybody in it that we know?
You have James Marsden, who's in it. He's one of the guests. And then you have Ed Harris is the Man in Black, who they kind of liken to the Yul Brynner character, possibly. We don't really know yet. They're keeping it kind of ambiguous. But,
you got Anthony Hopkins playing
he's kind of the mastermind.
He's like one of my favorite actors.
I know, Anthony Hopkins in an HBO series with Ed Harris. Like, who'd have thought?
Literally, he's like my favorite male actor on the planet.
Yeah, he's great in it too.
Oh my god,
Very
I'm
creepy.
watching. Okay, so if it's been on 2 times, can I catch up with it? Sometimes
Absolutely.
they replay HBO.
I just go to HBO Go or
HBO Now.
HBO Now, that's how I watched it. I haven't watched it live. So.
Kevin gives it popcorn worthy.
Absolutely, I think it's great.
Yeah, we want to.
I'll call it Emmy-worthy since it's
Emmy-worthy.
It's funny. Yeah, a little trivia behind it. It was actually supposed to come out in 2015, but it got delayed.
Oh.
And apparently it had like a series of setbacks. And a lot of people thought like, man, maybe this just isn't going to happen. It's not going to be that good. But it premiered to 3.3 million people on HBO.
It's good for a pilot.
It's huge.
Well, see, when I saw
the budget has to have been huge for this show.
Had to have been. Oh my gosh.
I mean, they've
been making it for like 7 years or something.
Well, I think it's so interesting. It's a science fiction because when I saw the little ads of it, I thought it's a Western. I don't know, but I've been wanting to tell my husband about it because he loves Westerns.
No, it's absolutely sci-fi, which I know isn't your favorite, but I love. Yeah.
Right. Oh well, good. That's good to know.
And they imply it's almost been around. Like it's almost like in the context of the show, it's like Disney World. It's like the amusement park that's been around forever. Right. So you have no idea how far into the future it is. They don't give you any indication of when it is.
Right.
Everything pretty much just exists within Westworld and kind of behind the scenes where people work, like the Anthony Hopkins character.
And part of the brilliance of sci-fi, I think, is it's one of those genres that can kind of bend around into another genre. Like it feels like a Western at times. You're in a Western world,
precisely.
But it's strictly science fiction. It's really fascinating how like a show or movie can kind of jump between genres that way.
And it's very different than the film, but they do pepper in lots of little Easter eggs for fans of the movie. So keep out
Easter eggs. I love that.
Keep an eye out. Yeah.
I love that TV is making such great stuff now.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, the people in the industry say that's where the great writing is going. It really is too.
Which is so hard to believe. It used to be so backwards. You had to go to the movies for the great stories. Nowadays, you can get great stuff on television.
I know. I think that's why I like independent films because there's better writing there. I'm not a huge fan of the blockbuster movies. So.
Well, they're all superhero movies nowadays.
That's a good point.
Some of the best stuff is those little indie films.
So, well, good. Well, those are our recommendations.
Well, we have like a minute left if you want to tell people about Amanda Knox.
Well, another show I watched on Netflix was Amanda Knox, about the Amanda Knox story that, took place 10 years ago.
See, I'm not familiar with the story.
Kevin wasn't familiar with it, but it's about an American girl goes over to Italy to school, not an exchange student, but an actual college student, rooms with these girls from other countries, one of them's from London, and she is murdered.
Oh.
And Amanda Knox had been out with her boyfriend that night. She goes home that morning to change. And when she took a shower, when she got out, she saw blood on the floor, but she didn't. It kind of alarmed her a little bit. She started thinking, this is kind of weird. So she left and went back to her boyfriend's apartment. And it's like, something's weird. Come back home. They went home and they found her roommate murdered on the floor of her bedroom.
Oh, wow.
They called the authorities, and the authorities basically hold Amanda in a cell all night and question her, and she got so discombobulated by the situation. They say this happens. She confessed to doing it or said that she saw it happen, or maybe there was this guy that she worked for. He was there, and so all of a sudden the press and everybody jumps on it, and they're like, she and her boyfriend and the bar owner got together and the three people did a ritual murder.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like,
okay, this is a pretty fascinating
story. It's a fascinating story. And I don't think I'm spoiling anything. Most people have read about it. She didn't do it. I mean, it's pretty obvious from all the weirdest thing about the story, they did find the guy that did it, and he admitted to do it, but he did say Amanda was there, but she just wasn't there. There's no way physically. But it is kind of like making of a murder, because you are still kind of like, because they found a little DNA of her boyfriend's on the back of the girl's bra, and they found a little bit of Amanda's DNA on something in the room. But I mean, it was a roommate, but I don't know. It's an interesting story. I really recommend it. Highly recommend it. I read the book, the whole deal.
Kind of like a Making a Murderer, the Jinx vibe.
But she didn't do it. But bless her heart. I mean, you're just like, if she didn't do it, wow, her life has just been changed.
All right. Yeah,
but it's popcorn worthy. Okay. Well, we will see you next Friday at 2. And now, go enjoy the movies.